So, once the child has gone back to class, immediately I'll be seeing the group. I want to see them straight away. So what happens next is I'll look at the list. And what I want is between 5 and 8 children seems to work best. So between 5 and 8 children from this list, of the names I've got from the child who's struggling in school. So I'll want all the children that they find difficult. I want 1 or 2 of the children that are around at the time, and 1 or 2 friends if I can get them, to get that number of children. And then those children, usually, as I say, they'll be brought to me by the person who's in watching, because they know where they are. They will usually be all in the same class. They'll be in the same class as the child that's struggling. That's normally the case. There might be 1 or 2 in another class, but generally that's the case. So in they'll come. And usually 1 or 2 of them might be looking a bit worried, because children know what's going on in school. They know that child has just been out of class. They may know even that the mum has phoned the school. These things children get to know. And so 1 or 2 may be looking a bit worried, but I want to keep this meeting nice and light and optimistic and friendly. So the group is brought to me, and in they come, and I'll be reassuring them, because 1 or 2 might be looking a bit worried. And I'll be saying, oh, I need your help. Can you come in? I'd like to talk to you. Oh, do you want to sit down here in front of me? Oh, you're all looking very smart. What lesson have you come out of? And I'll be friendly and light and optimistic. And I'll say, right, well, my name is Sue Young, and I help children when they're not very happy in school. And I've come here today because, let's say, Johnny isn't very happy in school. I don't know if you know that, but I need your help. Now, I understand all of you know Johnny, and they'll nod. And I'll say, so the reason I've chosen you is because I know that all of you can help. And they'll nod, and I'll say, right, so you know him better than me. I'm wondering, is there something you could do to help make Johnny happier in school? Maybe just a small thing that you could do over the next week that would help him be happier in school. And then I wait for their answer. And usually it's not too long before someone will put up their hand and will say something. Typically, they might say, I can play with him at playtime. As soon as I get a response like that, I'll be saying, oh, that's a wonderful idea. What's your name? And I'll be writing down their name and, oh, so you're Peter? Peter, you're going to play with them at playtime sometimes. That's a great idea. And it's very kind of you. And you came up with that idea very quickly. Have you done that before? Have you helped people before? And he might say, oh, yes. And I'll say, yeah, I can tell you're a helpful kind of lad. And by the time I finish complimenting him, the others are all thinking, oh, I can think of something. And they'll put their hand up and someone might say, oh, I'll bring him a biscuit. In a way, it doesn't matter what the suggestion is. All it means is I'm getting their cooperation in helping to make this child better, happier, I should say, in school. So we'll get various suggestions, and I often say that the best suggestion I've ever had was from a little girl who said, I'll watch for him coming through the gate in the morning and smile and say hello. Lovely, lovely suggestion. The difference that will make to a child who's worried about going to school is quite substantial. So they make their suggestions, and usually they can come up with suggestions. There might be one or two that can't think of anything. And you can see actually that it's not that they're refusing, they're just thinking, oh, can I think of anything different? So I'll say, would you like to help one of the others with one of the ideas? And they might say, oh, I can play with him at playtime too. And I'll say, oh, do you want to do that? Oh, right, so what's your name? So write the name and playing with him too. And, okay, Peter, is that okay if he helps you? Oh, yes, that's fine. So by the time we finish, usually everybody has got some role to play and that they have suggested or that they have come up with themselves. And I call it their plan. It is their plan. And I'll say, oh, right, okay. This looks a great plan. So Peter, you're going to play with him at playtime, and Robert, you're going to have lunch with him, and so on and so forth. That sounds a great plan to me. I think this is going to make a big difference over this coming week. Thank you for all your help. That's a really big help to me to know that you can you'll all be doing these things. I'd like to come back next week and see how you're getting on. Is that okay? And usually they'd want some more of this because it's been very positive and they've enjoyed it. And they've not been asked to do very much at all. They've said what they can do, and there may be one or two of them doing the same thing. It's not a big thing. And I'll say, right, well, I'll come back next week then. I'll come back next Wednesday, and you'll be asked out of class, and you can let me know how you've been getting on. Okay? Okay, off you go, back to class. Good luck with it, and I'll see you next week. I'm looking forward to it.